So, the city fair has been and gone for another year. It's been a long day too, but the holidays are over now. Here come the grey days and things are about to get worse. I hope my stepfather is asleep already. Please let him be asleep. I don't know how much more I can handle today. I never wanted him to move in here. This is Grandpa's house. At least it was, till last week. Max, you know your father doesn't like it when you get home so late. It's not my father, so why should I care? How dare you! Mind your tongue, Max. You shouldn't be shouting. If you wake him up, we'll both regret it. That's my business, not yours. Where have you been, Max? I've been hanging out at the fair with magicians, fire breathers, acrobats. I've played billiards. Guess what? Even with creepy clowns everywhere, it was better atmosphere than this house. Come back here, Max. I haven't finished with you. I'm going to bed. You can finish tomorrow. This house used to be a peaceful place where I felt safe. I could be myself. Now I wish I was invisible so they'd forget I'd exist. I can't read that one because it's behind the recording bar. Tomorrow she'll have to tell him why his little idiot stepson wasn't here all day. Only having her around to pick on isn't enough for him. Trying to reason with him is as hopeless as trying to be happy now. Good night, Max. I hope I don't wake up. So, greetings and salutations everyone. I'm Ekamak. This is Let's Play FearMonium. You can tell straight away, this is a dark game. I've actually played through the majority of the game already on my own, and I figured, actually, why not just let's play it? So, we can move left and right with the A and D keys. K is the jump. And it hasn't said it, but J is the hammer. It's just a dream. You're not real. Not real. We play as, well, I don't think she has an official name, or at least as far as I've played, she's just a bad memory, but she's going to become a phobia. Come closer and let old Felix see you better. That's more like it. Do you know where we are, or even who you are, my dear? We are inside the mind of a boy named Max. It was a magnificent dream he was having. When you dropped by, it became a nightmare. And now the fate of today's memories will be determined. Some memories will be forgotten, broken skeletons. Others will linger for years to come. They thrive, evolve, and ultimately become more significant to Max. And you, my dear, are simply an unpleasant memory. But you have the chance to evolve into something more significant. You could become a phobia. All neuroses are born from unpleasant memories. Something about the game is that it is actually, does look like they did their homework on psychology. Okay, I can go up there, or I can come down from there at some point. I just can't do it at the moment. We found an adrenaline. Hold R and to select and equip items. Press L to use an equipped item. More information about collected items can be found on the items page of the pause menu. I guess we could show that right now. Adrenaline, a substance that stimulates the body and mind to cope with threats, completely restore health. We can only hold 3 of them at most. And so the platforming of this Metroidvania game is not too bad. But the bosses can be extremely rough, so you always want to keep quite a few of those on if you're about to. I say that and I fall into things because I got greedy. We have our first enemy. It didn't do too much. Balloons are the currency. You want to get as many balloons as possible because, well, you want to buy things, don't you? And they often tend to be held in things that give off light that you can smash into pieces. Very creepy clown person holding a large present for us. The present is that we get to move on. And here we have a Metroidvania standard. We aren't allowed to go through here because we lack the correct ability to do so. And if you actually look at the bottom corner over there, there's that big black bird over there being chained down by something. Definitely keep that in mind because those are important. We also can't make our way back up. So hopefully there's nothing important behind us. Clowns? Seriously? I just woke up in the middle of the night over clowns? They're not even that scary. At least I never thought so. Can't stop shaking. It's like being back in the school toilets against again with Lucas and the others. Actually, I think I'd rather see Lucas right now than that hideously painted face. Maybe I'll fall asleep faster if... No, it's stupid. Should have thrown all this old stuff away years ago. I'm not 7 anymore. Time to quit playing with toys. If I can't sleep without an old bear, maybe Lucas is right to bully me. Stop it, Max. Just try to sleep now. Forget the bear. Only a little kid would find that crazy mallet-wielding clown girl scary. I'm not a little kid anymore. So yeah, this game does have a bit of an art style to it. Apparently everything is hand-drawn, which is very nice and shows that they put a lot of effort into the game. And for the map, I would plug in a controller, but I really don't have the inclination to reset everything afterwards. When you see crying eyes, follow them. They lead you to Lady Depression. What do we have here? This is an unpleasant little memory, and I thought such a colourful day at the fair had only lifted Max's spirits. I'm so thrilled Max remembers something dark and unsettling from today, but of course Max is trying to forget you. His brighter memories are washing you away. Forgetting is a typical form of psychological defence, but fear not, you are not alone in your struggle for a meaningful role in Max's mind. I will support you. I am Max's depression. Lady Depression. I bask in Max's tears, and it's in my best interest to never let them dry. Bad memories and neuroses are excellent reasons to shed fresh tears, so I just have to take care of you, my child. However, you're still so weak. To become a full-fledged phobia, you have to master an essential skill of neuroses, distorting memories. What do I mean? For example, someone afraid of spiders can never be sure if any were nearby yesterday, a month ago, in any given moment. Phobias cloud every corner of human memory with worry, fears, and insecurities. Max's nightmare stretches out before you, but is full of both bright images and other unpleasant memories. Destroy them all. Prove that you are the strongest here. Let Max forget joyful faces, music, and attractions. Let him remember you alone. I am the best assistant in this matter. I can preserve the memory of you forever. So yeah, she can save you the game. And unfortunately, I don't have the usual large array of save files that I have on my other projects, so that makes me very concerned. I can't even copy into empty save slots. Oh boy. If you poison Max's memories, he will no longer experience natural pleasures in life. Love, relaxation, even food, everything will be enveloped in us. But if you do save the game, it fully heals you up. Meaning that it's a very double-edged sword for this Let's Play. A double-edged sword indeed. And you. Hold on a minute, I overheard you in depression. Let me introduce myself. I'm antidepressant. Max saw a doctor and took a few pills, hoping I could help treat his blues, but a few pills weren't enough. I tried my best to beat depression, but am I a knocked warrior? Look at me, I'm about as tall as her bath. That wretch isn't intimidated by me. When I confronted her, she didn't bat an eyelid. In fact, she asked me to hand her a towel. Unless Max takes his pills properly, I can't support him very well against depression. But I can detect her evil spirit, even when she's lurking in several corners of Max's mind at once. Give me 30 of those beautiful balloons and I'll mark your map with reminders of all the places you meet this so-called Lady Depression. Do we have a deal? Alright, now you can see Depression's hideout spots on your map. Aren't you glad I've been keeping track of her? I'm not sure whether or not I should wish you good luck. I have a strange feeling about you. And yeah, anytime you see one of these eyeballs, they lead you straight to Lady Depression's bath. She has a lot of things, but yeah, she has a lot of things that she can do for us, but at the moment she's just a glorified checkpoint. And I do actually mean checkpoint because if you die, there's no continues. You have to backtrack straight. If you die properly, then you backtrack straight to the last time you saved. And I don't really feel like doing business with this guy, but I'll show what he does. We all dissolve. Dissolve in Max's mind. We will all drown. Drown in the unconscious. My face. Max forgot the colour of my face. Now I stand before you, as pale as a skeleton. My legs, they did not survive in Max's mind. Everything is drawn. Drawn by the unconscious. Do you need guiding? I know the way. I've travelled a lot, in vain of not becoming forgotten. I will show you the path. I will guide you through Max's unconsciousness. But not for nothing. For a modest fee. 50 balloons, and on your map I will mark a place where progress awaits. But beware, I will immediately save the memory of your sacrifice. Each visit, my service will cost you more. Do we have a deal? Foolish. You'll be lost in here without me. You'll be forgotten. You will become a skeleton. Don't worry too much about the price increases. At worst, it's only 10 per time. I've only ever used it twice, and in my defense, those times were really obscure to the point that I then had to go look up a proper map of the game to figure out how to get to where I wanted to get. Actually, wait. So that sign there, I can't actually tell whether that sign says you need this thing to go this way, or you need to go this way to get this thing. I'm going to be feeling very fragile because this game does have health extensions and attack upgrades and all sorts of things, and right now I'm just barely scraping past. Also, the rock that he dropped, that's an important collectible. It's random, but it is a collectible. And we want to get at least 150 of them. Sweet! I actually played through most of the game not knowing this is a thing. Energy vampirism. In their naivete, people believe in the existence of energy vampires. This beautiful pseudo-scientific name applies to people or things that supposedly drain one's strength, emotions, energy. Also, he's a scientist clown. In fact, all of this is fiction. A person is responsible for themselves, be it consciously or unconsciously. for the emotions they give or take from different interactions. They're the ones that give the strength to these energy vampires. They don't feel drained due to some vampiric property of an object or aspect of another person. It's their own choice. Use the items page of the pause menu to select passive effects. Pseudo-scientific concept implying that outside influences can drain our emotional energy. Destroying memories now has a chance to restore some health. Can't believe I played through a majority of the game without this, because thinking about it now, that would have made some boss fights so much easier. Once again, we can't get through this because the unfortunate bird. I don't know whether I can make that jump safely, but I'm willing to try. I made the jump safely. Sweet. This is indeed a Metroidvania game. You've got absolutely no idea whether you're going the right way until you see things that you like. We got more adrenaline, thank goodness. I never feel safe unless I have 2 adrenaline at all times. I like to leave one slot open just in case a rabbit attacks me from off screen. No, I like to leave one slot empty just in case there's a... Let me finish my sentence. I keep one slot empty because, as you've seen, we can find those in the we can find those out in the overworld, but whenever you hit a wall in this game, it's probably going to eat a lot of your adrenaline stock. Also, the drop rate of this healing energy is a lot less than I thought it would be. I've never actually had a chance to use this because, well, by the time I found out that this was a by the time I found out energy vampirism was a thing, I just didn't care enough. I don't like these acrobats because they are in just the... Okay, there's the healing. It doesn't actually leave health pickups, it just goes straight into your health pool. That's nice. Yeah, my health is dropping just a little bit, isn't it? Maybe recording on laundry day wasn't such a good idea. Oh, ooh. Did you see that? If you didn't, then I'm very concerned because it means that my computer is having some visual glitches. These frigging ice blocks. We can't break them. We can't break them until the very end of the game. And they tend to have really good stuff behind them, but I think the thing behind this one is actually a very long and involved gauntlet of enemies. Hello, Lady Depression. You've done well obliterating bright memories and further corrupting Max's nightmare with your darkness. Are you wondering where all these balloons keep coming from? For Max, balloons are very strongly associated with clowns. So where a bright memory glowed just a second ago, blam! A balloon appears. Everything you touch will remind Max of clowns. You have little use for these balloons, but I always save unhappy imagery for my arsenal. I'm willing to exchange some beneficial things for your balloons. So, she is now a shop. Always have one nightmare on hand. You can never be sure when you're going to get comboed before you have time to register that you're under attack and need to swap up to the adrenaline and use it. so it's a good idea to keep a nightmare on hand, even though you're only allowed one slot for them. By mutilating memories, we can deprive Max of perceiving any experience as a positive one. This will weaken his resistance to your efforts. Like, there are actually, there's things that you do find nightmares in the overworld, just like you find adrenaline in the overworld, but I don't trust it. I guess with that save of the game, this might be a good time to call it. Short first episode? Yes. But I remember what's coming around that corner over there. Maybe not up here though. Yeah, I get the feeling the progress is on the left, unfortunately. So, until next time guys, take care. I hope you're having a better day than Max is.